Oh my god, this is so intense! Oh, hi guys, how you guys been doing? I'm watching some Showdown right now. Very intense stuff. Yes. The intensity of that was 0 to none. Ladies and gentlemen, how you guys been doing? It's your boy Zini here, and today we're gonna make a bit of a different approach. Today we're gonna be looking at other people's plays and we're gonna put our feedback into it. Look, just so you guys know, I consider myself a good player. There's millions upon millions of, okay, maybe not millions upon millions, but there's lots of people out there that are much better than me. And I just want to do this for the fun of it, to take a bit of a different approach. Guest narration is something I've never really done, and guest narration without somebody's permission is evil, and I like it. So yeah. Please do not copyright for not getting permission for you guys. Please, thank you very much. Arigato gozaimasu. Let's go now. Let's go. Drink some water. Eat some food. Actually, I love this. I really do. It's French. I don't know how you call this. The only thing in French I know how to say is something. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys will enjoy this. It's gonna be a pilot episode, and you know, we're just gonna roll with it. So let's go right into it, shall we? Let us look for battles. Watch a battle. Which one should we watch? Which format should we watch? I'm gonna go with UU. Tend to be a little bit familiar with UU, even after not playing it much. Kinda like the environment. Which one should we watch? Earthwalker, which is Yoshi. Hey, I like this. Earthwalker versus Yoshi. Let's go. So they both have 6 Pokemon on the field, so it's pretty early match. He somehow managed to T-wave the Jirachi that was probably coming in. It's gonna Earthquake, doing damage. I guess looking at his team, I mean, he does have a Pokemon that can avoid, but then again, Hydreigon cannot really touch the Granbull one-on-one, so it makes sense not switching out to it. He's just gonna Trick, and he's gonna give him Choice Scarf. So that Granbull is a little bit faster, but nothing to be truly marveling upon, like truly marveling anime sparkles and stuff like that. I mean, it's a beautiful looking Pokemon, but it's still a Pokemon I would not want to see like on the streets face to face. Definitely not that beautiful. So he does play rough because he did Trick. He isn't stuck directly onto the move, because I believe if you go a second, you still have a choice in the matter, and Jirachi did go second, being that it was paralyzed. So opponents who had a chance, and I guess the opponent here, the Yoshi, managed to completely forgot that fact. So excellent play on Earthwalker's side, expecting Hydreigon, and yeah, Raikou. It's really going fast. I'm looking at this. It's pretty straightforward. Just Shadow Ball away. Looking at this team, he doesn't have things that are immune to it. So you know, Kajondo, Lucario, Swampert. Swampert is the thing that can take. Ampharos is another thing that can take, but at the same time, maybe he didn't want to risk. I guess Swampert could have been the best option there, and not just staying in, just you know, surviving and trying to preserve. Because Shadow Ball is something that he's gonna take very easily. I'm not seeing any Life Orb from this Raikou, so basically whatever he switches in next will have to be probably Swampert, or maybe a Kajondo, you know, the Mian Chow that could potentially even be Scarf. But it's looking very good for Earthwalker right now. He still has 6 Pokemon left, while Yoshi is struggling with his four guys. Plus himself, it all comes down to it. He will have to fight bare hands with the Raikou. To preserve his score, at least, you know. So I guess we could say he's got 5 Pokemon left on the field. So Yoshi kind of looks like a Pokemon, anyways. Just look at him. He looks like a, yeah. You see, he's got Lucario. He's got that icon there. Kind of shows that he was watching the movie. But anyways, Earthquake taking it out. Took the Shadow Ball decently well. Torrent. That's a mighty generic name for a Swampert. But then we got Blastus over here. Blastus against the Swampert. If this is a Mega Blastoise, he will have no problem dealing with the Swampert one-on-one. Either way, you know, Blastoise does possess the bulk and the strength. As you can see, it does a lot. It even confuses the poor guy. He's gonna put up the rocks. Luckily, he does not hit himself in confusion. And based on the damage, that was 43%, which means that I'm not too sure if that was minimum maximum, but something is telling me it will take him out, especially with a hit towards himself. Swampert didn't like himself, so he just hit himself in the face, and that was it. So Vincent's gonna come in the Ampharos. Now looking at his team, the best option would probably be, because this is Mega, he will probably stay in. He does stay in Dragon Pulse. Wow, I did not expect that. But then again, that's a thing on Blastoise. But I tend to see like Dark Pulse or I guess Dragon Pulse too when you think about it. Still, T-Bolt easily took him out. That's actually very incredible. Ampharos is truly powerful. Wow, to take down the Mega Blast. I know it's super effective, but that's still Mega Blastoise. Haxorus, of course, being the faster guy. This is pretty straightforward when you think about it. There's no switching involved. There's just too much pressure on Earth Walker's side against Yoshi. Yoshi does not have a switch for most of the things because they would just get ruined. I guess this thing could have taken Earthquake, but it would have to like one-shot it or else it's kind of done. Granbull is an excellent answer to the likes of Kajundo, to the likes of Mienshao. I really do tend to start to mix up the Japanese names with the regular like American names. I guess they just stuck with me through the years. So yeah, play rough, taking him out. Pretty straightforward. As you guys can see, Granbull is an excellent answer to the likes of Kajundo, Mienshao. He's got another fighting Pokemon which tends to show that our opponent, Earth Walker's opponent, is probably a little bit behind the schedule, behind, you know, being probably like on level of knowledge. Pretty sure Earth Walker is a little bit up there just because, you know, two fighting types, it's kind of banking too much at this point. Our Extreme Speed still take him out. That is a Life Orb Extreme Speed from Lucario. That reminds me of the 4th generation Life Orb Extreme. You guys are well aware how good that Pokemon was back in the days. But somehow he's managing to pull it through, which is incredible because if it actually outspeeds the Jirachi, which is most likely not going to happen, close combat can potentially, you know, even take it out with Anime Nature. It does outspeed, and that's going to be game. So very straightforward, but it also come down to a 2-0. Wow, that is impressive. I thought that's going to end like with a 4-0 or 5-0 score there for a second. Well, not really 5-0, but hey, that was decent. I like that match. Wow, this was probably the worst input a person can take, but there was just too much stuff happening way too fast. You gotta give me some time here. You know, just for the fun of it, you know, guys, just for the fun of it. We're not playing God or anything like that, you know. So yeah, we can go with which one should we go here? Musty 20 versus Daniel. Okay, let's go. Musty versus Daniel. The battle kind of started. Honchkrow managed to get the Moxie up there against the wow, okay, that is very impressive. So is this Scarf? This must be Scarf, and he was probably not even Sash. Or maybe the Galvantia managed to put up the Sticky Web, but that also allow the Honchkrow to take it out. Mienshao comes in, which probably indicates that he is also Scarf, because either way, most Galvantulas are Focus Sash, so he would have to hit it twice in order to take it out. And I'm pretty sure the Honchkrow was the one. Which turn? Yeah, Stick Web, Volt Switch. Wait, the Dana used Volt Switch. Oh, I was completely mistaken. So it was the Volt Switch breaking the Sash and then switch out to Honchkrow, going for the Brave Bird. It makes sense. It makes perfect sense. Stick Web does not affect the Flying type, and that pretty much means that this could. Yeah, it's not Scarf. I take that back. So just looking at the text, that is. These guys are making moves way too fast. Jesus Christ, man. Stop. Arcanine is a great switch towards Tangela that does not use the Sleep Powder, which is another thing I'm really surprised. You tend to expect Sleep from grass types, yet people just directly switch out to their threats, their #1 answers, without caring about Sleep Powder. That's really surprising. I know Tangela probably don't run Sleep Powder much, but if you do, you're kind of killing your own answer to them, you know, to a certain extent. Not really his own answer, but still. Yeah, Wild Charge against the switching Blastoise. Didn't really like it. As you guys can see, he's directly switching out to their good answers, but sometimes it's not that great to do that because they can easily spot it and go for the super effective move, and look at what happened. Basically, Blastoise is on the verge of death. He does manage to switch out, I guess, because the Stick Web put in the effect, making Blastoise probably even faster than Arcanine. Then again, it depends. He would have to be a little bit investment into speed, which most Blastoise are not. So he did decide to switch out to Kyurem, knowing that Arcanine will probably even outspeed after that. This is I guess this is a really good switch for Musty here, because basically Florges can take most of the things Kyurem packs. Ice Beam is not going to do much. That actually did more than I was expecting. Wow. Moonblast does way more. meaning that Kieran cannot even make, well, this is not running a sub set because he does have the life orb on it. I've seen Kieran with sub before, so that's a really big threat, and I'm seeing Kieran in UU quite a lot. I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, Kieran is an excellent Pokemon, but at the same time, when I was doing UU, I basically never really faced that guy. Even at 5th duration, I believe Kieran was, well, actually, was it OU back in the days? Kieran Black was OU. Yeah, but this is irregular Kieran. So, Earthquake on the switch. Keep on using the Earthquake, knowing that he will probably switch out, expect the Meteor Mash, probably like even to the likes of Arcanine and whatnot. May as well do that move. He's gonna speed it anyways on the switch, so Mega Blastoise is gonna be taken out, even with the additional bulk. First Earthquake did 60, the last one did 40. Pretty much shows that he is even banded, if I'm not mistaken. So he does switch out again to the #1 Pokemon that can handle it, but Leech Seed is gonna get some pressure into that, and that's also gonna allow him to switch out to his own Arcanine, or else he could also, yeah, he's just gonna stay in, expecting to over-predict. Then again, Extreme Speed is really off when you think about it. Outside of his Arcanine having like Flash Fire, it would probably be in best interest to just go for Flare Blitz at this point and not really carrying too much. I guess the Leech Seed is a feint, but if you manage to... I guess the Recall is a feint you probably wouldn't really like, but Extreme Speed is doing no damage, literally no damage to the likes of this. Knockoff as well, the Assault Vest from the likes of Arcanine, as I've seen. Kieran is going to come in, as he's also going to switch out to Arcanine, as I said before. Extreme Speed, he's in the rage of being taken down. And Kieran is actually decently bulky, which kind of gives me thinking he could potentially be banded here. I could be off, but Extreme Speed from the likes of Arcanine is not all that powerful, so I could be right on that one. Again, Tangela, excellent switch. He does make an excellent switch as well. Goes for the U-turn, scouting to see if Tangela comes in to take anything from it. Choice Band High Jump Kick is actually incredibly strong, but Tangela's bulk with Evilite it's terrifying. It is absolutely terrifying. So he does switch out to something more appropriate. Maybe even pull up the rest. Maybe he's gonna turn right now. Let's see what he's gonna do. He's gonna turn, go for the Dark Pulse. Unfortunately, that was a good move, I guess. He didn't have any choice in the matter, just in case he does stay in. May as well do that neutral damage if he didn't have Ice Beam or anything like that. But then again, it was kind of obvious he's gonna switch out and preserve, because he's got Kajundo there, and he needs that Tangela to stop Kajundo from, you know, he still has Florges, I guess I could say. But he's got Metagross that will force Florges out like no other. Metagross is an excellent answer to the likes of Florges. Tangela coming in, Meteor Mash, that did way too much, that did banded damage. And now he's got +1, ladies and gentlemen, +1. Dalian going for that kill. He's not messing around. He knows Leech Seed is the best that Tangela can do against Metagross now, and it will give him the opportunity. He will probably switch out this time around, getting to regenerate. For it is very important to stop Kajundo in his rightful track of terror. As long as the thing is, Kajundo stops like 2 of his guys, Arcanine and the Dedenne there. Props for using the Dedenne. Arcanine goes down, which means the Dedenne is still around. I guess Kajundo is not going to be all that useful. Wow, the Dedenne shiny is interesting to say the least. Paralyzation, of course, Nuzzle always paralyzed. Meteor Mash, take him out. And it comes down to his Florges. Tangela, this is not looking good for Musty, but he may actually pull it off still. I'm not kidding, guys. He may still pull it off. Gets a crit, knocks off his Choice Band. He gets paralyzed. Wow, this is actually very, very unfortunate. The crit there, but this also means that he will probably even... he has to Bullet Punch. He may not... he does take him out. Wow. Tangela is decently powerful. Knockoff before the 28, so it's only understandable. But that was with a crit, so I actually thought he may take one with like 1%. But then again, what do I know? My math never was my strongest point. So Flare Blades away with Arcanine. Yeah, that does a lot. Wow, this could be even defensive Florges, and if that was the case, then this Arcanine could potentially be Choice Banded, as I was saying before, with that Extreme Speed against the... no, it wasn't the Extreme Speed from him, it was actually Musty's Extreme Speed. Wow, I'm totally getting confused. They both have Arcanines, they both have this glorious bird, right? This glorious dog. Flare Blades away, and we managed to survive. It really shows he was Assault Vest. Yeah, of course he was Assault Vest. It comes down to only Tangela. Unfortunately, Musty cannot pull all of the ropes because this is too much pressure behind it, and Dino is gonna get this battle going. And Straight down, ladies and gentlemen. That was super fast. Wow, that was fast. Jesus Christ. Did you guys see how fast these guys were making their moves? I like it, but I like looking at it back. It's really hard to kind of follow stuff. Like, sometimes you just get overwhelmed by things. But still, you know, it was a really, really fun match. So, good game, Daniel. Good game, Musty, man. I enjoyed those ones. So, yeah, well, let's go check out some other ones. Still gotta try to get a little bit more, you know, more in focus with this because I'm so freaking off. There's just so much stuff going on. Black Mist versus Frenzy. So let's go. Let's go. Oh, we got Yu-Gi-Oh! Yen versus Lio Minus. Oh, Minus. Let's go with Lio Minus. He's got Gligar. She's got Gligar. I'm gonna dress it as a she because it's a female. And whoever, if you're a male and using a female, you want to be addressed as a she. It's totally, I mean, come on. I mean, it makes no sense. Why else would you use a female picture? It's like you aren't looking at her ass. It's just you want to be addressed as a she. Like, I can tell who is playing behind it, you know. So Jirachi, let's see what happened. Rapid Spin, Fire Punch. Jirachi with Fire Punch. I'm not too sure how common that is. I didn't even know Jirachi's UU. Very, very surprising, to be perfectly honest. But anyways, Suicune is gonna come in. She's gonna make an excellent play. Go directly for the U-turn, Scaldon, in case he does fear another Fire Punch coming his way. May as well see what kind of switch he will do, and then she's gonna appropriately switch in something else. Yeah, Chestnut is really a good answer to this. Ice Beam should not do much. Then again, Chestnut tends to be more defensive. Just look at this Pokemon and tell me it wasn't inspired by Bowser. Just look at this. I mean, this is Bowser number 2. Anyways, he is thinking that she's gonna switch out, expecting the Sludge Bomb. That's why Sleep Powders. Unfortunately, being that Chestnut is Grass type, it does stay in. And forgetting that Sludge Bomb, Chestnut's amazing ability will make it totally useless. So, yeah, this is something else, ladies and gentlemen. I completely forgot about this as well. You know, I basically never really faced Chestnut, but its ability is something else. As you can see, it was expecting the switch, but it completely bypassed the ability, and the opponent here, Lio Minus, knows fully well that Chestnut can take the Sludge Bomb because of its ability making it immune. So, Fortress coming in. Chestnut, while being quite defensive with spiky shields and all those moves that he tends to offer, it's also a really good Pokemon to set up the spikes against. You know, as long as Fortress is at reasonable amount, at least one layer will work. I'm not seeing any Rapid Spinner to begin with on his team, so those entries are there to stay. Sacking the Roserade afterwards, an excellent play, definitely by Yu-Gi-Oh! And Sableye is going to be coming in next. Now, Willis could be coming in. Then again, looking at her team, I guess... oh, Kingdra was already burned. I didn't spot this, but this was very, very early. We're already like 15 turns ahead. So basically, this was a feint taunt, so Kingdra cannot set up. Excellent move, but then again, it's a special Kingdra, which means probably running Focus Energy. Draco Meteor crit set. If it was mixed with Outrage, then Blissey could have not wallet, and that could be the reason why he decided to taunt it, just in case that was mixed. Blissey either way can easily take a special set without much problem. This time Lio Minus is probably going to be the one to let you know, just Kingdra die, as wow, an excellent turn by Yu-Gi-Oh! He could have easily taken it out, fully realizing she's gonna sack Kingdra. He's gonna switch out to Fortress, knowing that with the minuses there, he will take most likely anything, especially a Draco Meteor, as well as Surf, ladies and gentlemen, and gain every single HP back that was dent onto it, not to mention also gaining the sturdy. So great move on Yu-Gi-Oh's part. This guy is a really good player. Then again, Lil Minus, you know, is making some plays here as well. Still 6 Pokemon to go. That was Healing Wish. Wow, that is incredible. I don't know how to feel about that, but look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Kingdra coming in, pulling through. I guess he is a little bit more reliant on the Kingdra Focus Energy set, as we mentioned before. These are some excellent plays right here, but it's a special set, so I'm not too sure how to feel about that. I feel like Jirachi would probably work a little bit better towards that team, but then again, he's got Sableye to stop it, and Fortress, you know, Fire Punch is still a feint. I don't feel like Draco Meteor crits are gonna do you any good. This is, at the end of the day, the best. Oh my god, that is insanity in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen. I take that back. That is insane damage. I cannot believe how much damage that did. That is definitely insane. Again, I'm not too sure if the sacrifice of Jirachi murdering him in his sleep, cold blood, to gain some HP, you know, sucking the living soul out of him was actually a good move, because Kindra, it's still struggling. But I do need to say that that Draco Meteor crit really took me off guard. That did way more than I ever thought it will do. It is Blissey probably defensive, but even with the defense investment, those things are incredibly special defensive. So, you know, it's like the best special defensive wall tank, however you want to use it, but it's something else. So if Kindra is not mixed, I would run mix with outrage and stuff, you know, basically of that nature. Then again, he does have the fortress to stop it, but as long as you take down the Blissey, I feel like that's a good exchange. Blissey tends to be a very big problem if you lose your special attackers. So as you can see, if you lose your physical attackers, wow. As you can see, he's kind of losing things. Like Porygon can get walled by Blissey. Gligar, I'm not too sure how Gligar is gonna do. Chestnut is the one thing that will handle Blissey, so he needs, she needs to preserve this. I'm sorry, I'm so off, you know, wow. But Woodhammer, no, this is not the way of doing it. I feel like all the entry hazards are up. Chestnut is not looking all that pretty. Rapid Spin, yeah, she's just waiting for it to switch out, or just doing damage is fine at this point. Doesn't care too much. May as well preserve just in case she does the over prediction. And that was a crit right there. Second Fortress, not worrying about the single thing. Everything Fortress did has been done, and at this point it's kind of a goner, I guess. I guess it could still switch out and preserve it just in case, but if anything, may as well sack it and switch out to something that will force it out. In case like this, Sableye could go for the recover, it could also go for the taunt again, it could also go for the Will-O-Wisp, it could go for lots of things. Then again, I'm actually expecting probably the Will-O-Wisp right now, just to, well, yeah, Kindra has not been status because the Healing Wish pretty much recovering it from status. That could also be it. Will-O-Wisp coming. Oh, it's poisoned, of course, I completely forgot. Wow, but the entry hazard is gonna be way too much strength, as Kindra is gonna take the fields, take them spikes all day long, ladies and gentlemen. That stage was terrifying, it hurt, and we hating that stage. We hating that stage, right, Kindra? Yes, we are. That's right, we hating that stage. Just look at the beautiful damage. Everything seems to levitate, yet it's still very much weak to them spikes. As you can clearly see, they aren't touching them, yet they still get affected. You know, inside, it still hurts. So taunt away, so basically he cannot recover, which is an excellent play on Yu-Gi-Oh's part. Porygon, of course, he cannot recover. She's gonna decide to switch out to Chestnut afterwards, and Sableye is actually a big pain right now because they already recover. Anything that's supportive will go first, and Will-O-Wisp as well. Not getting paralyzed, hitting the Will-O-Wisp, unfortunate to a certain extent. I mean, there was a high chance when you put both those together. There's like quite a considerable amount of chance to get either a miss or paralyzed at some point. Managed to switch out to Aerodactyl to completely bypass this. This is part fighting and part grass, if I'm not mistaken. I never really used Chestnut, so I'm totally off on this, even on typing. So I'm pretty sure that was the case, and it's not super effective, which means yes, that is the case. Crunch, a little bit off. The reason I'm saying this is because if he does have the Airy Ace, it will do a considerable amount to anything on the team outside of Gligar. But it does switch out, which probably means that probably expecting the switch to Gligar, or basically it doesn't have Aero Ace, being that it was seeded, it just didn't want to play that game. So yeah, U-turn on the Sableye in case it does switch out as well. It does not switch out, it just stays in. And Sableye did go for the taunt there just to shut down Gligar from roosting away. Draco Meteor, another special attacker. This is actually very, very surprising. If you got Kindra to be your special attacker, then you go with the physical on Gudra, and it's gonna run. She's gonna decide to run, and that was clearly a win for Yu-Gi-Oh. There was too much pressure behind it. Entry hazard pretty much made it fall down. You know, basically those there was lots of switches, lots of things that could have easily potentially make the switch happen. Gligar, can Gligar use the fog? I'm not too sure, I haven't checked yet. I know I should probably know about Gligar a little bit more nowadays, but again, there are Pokemon, you know, there's just too many Pokemon nowadays that I lack knowledge about. But it was still a good match. It was a good match. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. I'm probably gonna end it here. Just looking at stuff, looking at things, you know. It was enjoyable. I gotta work on it. This is my first take, so I'm completely off, and I was probably ranting up stuff about stuff that have nothing to do with the bell, or no, actually I was kind of talking more about the bell than wow. Forget it. All I gotta say is I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did enjoy, be sure to give a like. I really do appreciate the support. It's gonna be like a pilot episode. I really do want, I really want to do more, but I'm not too sure if you guys want to see more. So do let me know your reaction to this. Will let me know. And with that being said, until next time, take care, people. Peace.